Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. My name is Spellslinger. Hit the subscribe button if you are new. We post daily Master Duel content ranging from deck profiles to replays to discussions to anything like that. So if you are interested in daily Master Duel content, hit that subscribe button. In today's video, I have some Dark World replays for you on Ranked Ladder. These were some really fun duels against a meta decks and just really showcases what the deck can do, what Dark World is capable of, and how much power it truly has. So without any further ado, let's go ahead and just hop straight into these replays. So we'll go ahead and get into them right now. Alright, so as we hop into this first match, we are going to be going second here, and we open pretty decent. Definitely not the worst thing in the world. We like to see Foolish Burial in our opening hand, but our opponent is going first, and they are going to activate a copy of Future Fusion and set one. So Future Fusion doesn't really tell us a whole lot. They could be playing a lot of different things, so we're just going to have to see what they are playing. So we are going to be going here, drawing for turn with a Dark Smog, and we are going to activate Foolish Burial, sending a copy of Grapha, normal summoning Beige, which they will chain the Maxitu on summon, and then we're going to use the effect of Grapha to special summon itself out from graveyard by bouncing back a Dark World monster that we control. And from here we're just going to set two, and battle phase we're going to go into their Amethyst Cat. They are playing Crystal Beast, so we're going to set the Eradicator Epidemic Virus, which is perfect against Crystal Beasts, as well as the Dark Smog. Battle phase, we're just going to destroy that, and then the Amethyst Cat will go into the Spell and Trap Zone. We're going to pass it back to our opponent here. So during the draw phase, we're going to activate the effect of the Eradicator Epidemic Virus, so they won't have a chance to activate the effect of the Future Fusion during the standby phase. So we're going to tribute off the Grapha, and then all of the Spell and Traps that they control and in their hand that they currently control are destroyed, and then everything that they draw for the next 3 turns will also be destroyed if it is in fact a spell card. And we also get a look at what our opponent has in their hand. So from here we're going to activate the effect of Dark Smog, and we're going to banish the Amethyst Cat. It's debatable. I probably should have either banished or discarded the Grapha or the Ceruli, but you know, well, we can always look back on these replays and see what we could have done better and improve from there. So from there, they're just going to go battle phase, normal summon the Sapphire Pegasus and get over our Beige. From here, the turn clock on the virus will go up by 1, and we're going to draw for turn here. During the draw phase, again, we're going to activate our copy of Dark Smog, banishing their copy of Maxi, just so we can get our Dark Worlds into the graveyard. We're going to get Grapha into the graveyard, and we're going to pop the Crystal Beast Sapphire Pegasus, which will go to the Spell and Trap Zone. We're going to activate Allure of Darkness to draw 2, and we draw pretty good, a Dark World Dealings as well as a Ceruli. So we're going to banish the Ceruli in our hand, and then activate Dark World Dealings, banishing this copy of Beige, or sorry, discarding this copy of Beige. Beige effect, when discarded, to special summon itself. Activate the effect of Grapha to special summon itself. It's to special summon itself out from the graveyard. Excuse me. Normal summon Beige, and then activate the second effect of Grapha in the graveyard to special summon itself out. And from here, we can just easily go and do a copy of Dragublion, and with that, they will concede because they know that we can just get in for 9,000 attack with our number 100 Numeron Dragon. So this was a pretty fun match. We're going to go ahead and get into the second one right now. See you in just a second. Alright, so we are going to be getting into this second replay right here, and our opponent is going first, and we open pretty interesting. So our opponent is going to be going first. They're going to set 1 and normal summon Ray, Sky Striker Ace Ray, so they are on Sky Strikers. But I do believe that this deck in particular is a little bit suboptimal. They're only playing 11 cards in the extra deck, and they're playing a pile in the main deck. They're going to activate the effect of the Rose, which tells me that they are just, you know, activating buttons as they come up and don't really know how to play the deck. But still, either way, Dark World versus Sky Strikers, let's see what we can do here. So they're going to activate the effect of Ray to go into a Shizuku, and then in the end phase, they're going to activate the Shizuku to add a copy of the Airspace Area 0. From there, they're just going to pass it to us, and we'll see what we can do here. I have such a bad habit of using Allure of Darkness wrong. I could have gone into so many plays, but I kind of screw myself over of actual good plays to use here. But and you'll see in just a second, I abuse Allure of Darkness way too much. So Allure of Darkness, we're going to draw 2. and we're gonna banish the Cerulli, and then immediately activate it again to draw, and then we're gonna banish the Beige, activate the Dark World Dealings to draw and then discard, and then Grapha effect. When it's discarded, we're just gonna pop one of their back row, activate the second copy of Allure of Darkness, and then discard the Smog. Normal summon this copy of Tour Guide, activate the effect, and they do have the effect Veiler for us right there, so unfortunate, but not a whole lot that we can do right there. So from here, we are just going to be setting the Gateway as well as the Dark Smog, and passing to our opponent. During their draw phase and standby phase, they are going to normal summon this normal summon card D, and switch rows to attack position. Another reason why I don't really think that this is a really like an actual like optimized list card D, and just everything like that. So never to you know disparage our opponents or anything, just to give full transparency to you guys, this is probably not the most optimized deck from our opponent that we're playing against. So they are just going to go battle phase. Card D is going to get over our Tour Guide. And then from here, they're going to try to attack directly with Shizuku. We're going to activate the copy of Gateway to Dark World to get our copy of Grapha, Dragon Lord of Dark World, out on the field to protect our life points and to get another body. They're going to go end phase and then switch it back to us. So, draw phase, standby phase. Main one, we are going to, because we did draw a Brow, the reason why I wasn't going into Dark Smog or using the effect of Dark Smog on their turn was because I wanted to wait until my turn to see if I could draw a Huntsman, or to see if I could draw a Dark World name that I could get further advantage from, because as of right now they do have this copy of Ray in their graveyard. So even if we do destroy one of the aces, then they'll still be able to recycle the Ray. So because on our turn we did draw the Brow, we are able to use the effect of the Dark Smog to banish this copy of Ray and then discard this copy of Brow. Brow effect will be able to draw us a card. We're going to set this copy of Charge into a Dark World, and this Allure of Darkness is going to have to do a lot for us. So we draw another Brow and a Gate. So we're going to banish the Brow and then activate the Gates of the Dark World. And from here, they Solemn Judgment, which was a very interesting choice. I'm not really sure why they decided to do that, because I didn't have a card in hand that I could use to activate that. I really think that this is just a case of opponent sees a button to activate and they do. So either way, hey, we'll take it. So Gates of the Dark World will be negated and destroyed, and from there we're just going to go battle phase. Grapha will attack into these Shizuku. We will gain back all of our attack and we'll just pass it back to our opponent. So from here, we don't have any interaction, so we're just going to have to hope that we will be okay this turn. They're immediately going to link into a copy of these the Ace Zeke, and then to banish our copy of Grapha until our next end phase, and then activate the effect of Zeke destroying or sending their set card, and then getting in for 2,500. So a 2,500 Zeke and a set back row, definitely not the worst thing in the world, so we are definitely still in this thing. So we're going to activate the effect of the Charge into a Dark World. Then this top deck was really good. It was really good for us, and the reason why we were able to basically close out this game. So we're going to activate the set copy of Charge into a Dark World, targeting this copy of Brow to special summon it, and then discard the copy of Grapha that we had in hand. Grapha effect will be able to pop this copy of Zeke, and from there we can activate the effect of the Grapha to bring it back out by bouncing back the snow, normal summon out this Brow, and then just get in for game. So we were able to clear Sky Striker relatively easily, and again, it wasn't a very optimized list of Sky Striker that our opponent was playing, but it was still a very good and interesting game to play, because even a suboptimal list of Dark World power-wise does not match up anywhere near efficiently to a suboptimal list of Sky Striker. So we'll go ahead and get into this third and final replay, which is the thumbnail video. I hope you guys are enjoying, and hit the subscribe button if you are new, and you are. We'll get into this replay right now. See you in just a second. Alright, so here we go, the big heavyweight match of the video. So we are going to be going first here, and we don't have a ton of things that we can do. So we are going to activate our effect of Dark World Dealings to draw one and discard one. We're going to discard the Charge into a Dark World, and from here we're going to activate Allure of Darkness, and again, I'm just really bad at managing Allure of Darkness. I probably could have gone into tour guide and gone into plays there, got the to go with the Phoenix Rhino Warrior to get Grapha into the graveyard. I could have done all of that, but unfortunately I decided to be a little bit greedy with the Allure, and it did not pay off, so we have to banish this copy of Tour Guide. So we're just going to set Eradicator and the Dark Smog and pass it back to our opponent. We do have really good follow-up if we can survive this turn. We have the Dark Smog, as well as the Regeki and the Phoenix Rhino Warrior, but our opponent is playing Drytron, so Drytron versus Dark World. This is a very lopsided matchup in our opponent's favor, so we'll see what we can do. This Dark Smog is going to have to put in a lot of work, so they're going to add the Meteonis. They're going to activate Cyber Emergency to add a copy of the Drytron Alpha Thubin. Activate the effect of the Thubin to discard and special summon. They're going to add a Quandrid. I never know how to pronounce that. They're going to activate a copy of Where Art Thou to add a copy of Gamma. They're going to activate the copy of the Beta that they discarded to discard the Meteonis. Bring back out a Drytron name, getting out Gamma and the Beta. They're going to overlay 2 into a copy of the Mu Beta Fafnir. Mu Beta Fafnir effect on summon will dump a copy of the Zeta. They're going to activate the Meteonis Drytron, and this is what we were holding the Dark Smog for. So they are going in, they're going to try to ritual summon out this copy of the Meteonis Quandratids. Whatever. I can't read. Don't worry about it. So this is what we were holding Dark Smog for. So you know that the Drytron player wants to get out a big ritual boss monster from either their hand or the graveyard. And since I knew that they had dumped their probable target, I was holding the Dark Smog and waiting for that. So Meteonis Drytron, and we're going to chain this copy of Dark Smog. We're going to pitch this copy of Phoenix Rhino Warrior to banish the big boss monster, the Meteonis. And then Phoenix Rhino Warrior, when it's sent to the graveyard, we can dump a copy of Grapha to the graveyard as well. So from here, preparation of rights on their side of the field, they're going to get a Herald of Perfection and then add back their copy of the Meteonis Drytron. From here, what they are going to do, activate the effect of the Zeta in graveyard, pitching the Herald of Perfection to get out a Drytron name. Meteonis Drytron to special summon back out a copy of the Herald of Perfection in defense position, so they will activate the copy of Fafnir, reducing the level, and then they're just going to get in for damage here. But we're not dead, we still have life points and we can still play, and then depending on what they have in their in their hand, we might be able to pull this off. We have Regeki and the Dark Smog. It's all going to depend on what this top deck is. So let's see what we can do here. That's a pretty good draw. So what we are going to do here is fire off this copy of Regeki. And for some reason, I thought that they would probably be able to negate this if they had a fairy in hand, or with this copy of the Mu Beta Fafnir. To negate whatever I had decided to do first. So, but it goes through, and there wasn't any like delay in the real time, so they didn't have any response for that. So we're just able to nuke their field and go from here. We're going to activate the copy of Dark Smog to banish this copy of Herald of Perfection, pitching out our copy of Gold. Gold effect will be able to special summon itself back out, and we are going to special summon Grapha from the graveyard, and we are just going to get in for 2,700. So we are looking pretty good right now. We have a Dark Smog with a Gold and just a really powerful loop right now, because we have a second copy of we don't have the second copy of Grapha in our graveyard, but we have a really powerful loop that we can do right now. If they are able to out the Grapha, we have Dark Smog, so we can perpetually pitch the Gold to summon itself back out, and then bounce that back to our hand to summon out the Grapha if they are able to out it. So we have a pretty powerful resource loop going right now. So they're going to activate the we're going to activate the copy of Dark Smog on during their end phase, because they are just going to be setting 1. We're going to activate Dark Smog, banishing just another Drytron name, and then pitching this copy of Gold, special summon out the Gold, and they are going to pass it back to us. From here, I could have done what I could have done is use the Eradicator Epidemic Virus, and send the Grapha calling traps if I was worried about this set trap. I decided to just try to go for game though. So standby phase, main phase 1, we're just gonna go battle phase. And then they are going to have the Threatening Roar for us, so we're not going to be able to get out of it this turn. We're going to chain the Dark Smog, and just to continually deplete their resources, as well as we drew the Grapha for turn, so we just want to get that into the graveyard. And then the Grapha effect, we're just going to clear up their Fafnir. And then main phase 2, we're going to get out that second copy of Grapha, and then we're going to overlay these 2 copies of Grapha to go into a number 97. The Draglubion effect is going to detach a Grapha and then get out a number 38, Hope Harbinger. So we have a spell negation, and then take it and attach, and a Dark Smog to do that. So from here, they're going to go ahead and try to activate the effect of the Alpha Thuban, which will let them special summon it from the graveyard and then add a spell or trap directly from the deck. So this is going to be a perfect opportunity for us to chain the Dark Smog to destroy or to banish that Alpha Thuban so they can't get that search off. And then so discarding again the gold, we're going to get out this gold again for I think the 3rd time this duel. They're going to activate this Sorcerer's Spell Wall, which is an interesting include in this Drytron list. And then from there, seeing the writing on the wall, they are just going to scoop. So this was a really fun set of games. Dark World is one of my favorite archetypes that I have ever played, and in this game it's really fun in a best of 1 scenario. So I hope you guys have enjoyed. I hope you guys are enjoying the replay content and the daily Master Duel content that I'm trying to push out as often as I can. Hit the subscribe button if you are new, and until tomorrow, I will see you then. I have been Spellslinger. Have a great day.